What's up everybody, and welcome back to another video. So these are certainly trying times out there with the COVID-19 crisis, and I hope everybody is safe and sound. But thanks for tuning in to watch this video. What I wanted to do for this particular video is talk about firming up your weakest link. So there's a saying out there that a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And I really think that applies to reef keeping. And the reason being is that there's a lot of things that can go wrong on a reef tank. You know, your CO2 regulator could malfunction, dump a whole ton of CO2 into your calcium reactor, and that could crash a tank. A doser can malfunction and dose way too much of something into a reef tank and causing major issues. Auto top-off can malfunction. There's just so many things. The return pump could seize up, to so many things, and I just feel like everybody's setup, no matter what, has a weak link on it. So, you know, aquarium controllers are certainly great to prevent disasters, and I have a Profilux 4, and I've got many things set up to prevent disasters. Regular maintenance is also key to preventing disasters. I talked about a return pump seizing up, so if you're doing regular maintenance on that return pump to clean it, that's going to be a lot less likely. You know, so certainly during these uneasy times, I think it's very important to be aware of all this stuff and try to prevent a tank crash. So with my tank, I have, you know, and let me just back up a little bit here. Another thing that can cause a tank crash, I believe, is poor planning in terms of the setup. So in my tank, I have this float switch. It's like a kill switch that's connected to my auto top-off. And what will happen is, if the auto top-off malfunctions, this float switch will kick in and will kill the RODI topping off my tank to replace the evaporated water. But the mounting options for this float switch were limited. So I actually mounted this thing higher up in my sump than I wanted to, which was problematic. And you know what? It was something that I just kind of left as is probably for a couple of years. I was just freaking lazy. And laziness is a killer in this hobby. It's not a good thing, and I don't know why I just kind of left it as is for so long. Nonetheless, recently I did adjust the bracket on the float switch to move it further down in my sump, just above the water line, because if I had left it as is, and if the auto top off, you know, went nuts or haywire, I would have gotten a whole bunch of RODI water. Salinity would have, you know, gone way down, and that would not have been good. So I did finally fix this thing, and you know, so that's my piece of advice here, is to really be diligent. Do an audit of your tank setup. It's tax time, so I think that's a good term to use. Do an audit to find your weak spots and identify that weakest link. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Again, just to kind of sum it all up, I think it's really important to have an aquarium controller and also do the regular maintenance of a tank. But you should also really be scrutinizing your system to look for those weak links. And don't be lazy like me. Fix them. So, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button to be alerted to my latest videos. And if you're interested in purchasing some SPS Frags, I'll put a link in the video description below. I also have a really cool reef keeping masterclass. It's an online, interactive, immersive course that you can take. And again, there'll be a link in the video description below. See you next time.